I am not even going to bother with telling you guys how long it's been since I last showed up in this space. I am struggling with consistency, so I do apologize for that. When I opened this page, when did I do this? This was, my last entry here was April 10th of this year. And what I wrote actually moved me to tears because I got a chance to see how much I've grown since then. It's now October. Today's October 18th. It's a Saturday. Something I found on the internet from a Tumblr blog called Rest Beyond the River. And she wrote, Elijah was sitting underneath the juniper tree and asking God to die. God sent an angel who says, this journey is too much for you. Rest and eat. And Elijah does. He wakes up still feeling hopeless, and the angel repeats himself. It took Elijah longer than he wanted to get better. Sometimes we want to move, but we can't. Sometimes the journey is too much. It is not a sin to understand your limitations. Start there, then understand the power of the Holy Spirit to help you get stronger. Then get up. And I put here in the corner reflections on a past season of soul-crushing grief. Because that's what it was. And I'm in a much better place, but I'm still healing from a lot of things. And it's taken longer than I thought it would, and it's frustrating, but there's nothing I can do. Let's begin. I should have gessoed this before I started. I think it's a bit too late for that. Let's mix this first. Ooh, not too much. And then drop that in some water. And let's bray away. I've never used this stencil before. This will be fine. And I'm gonna go with orange. Okay. Ooh, maybe this was not the best way to go about this. Let's lift this up and see. Not great. Okay. I found this in my little stack of ephemera that I keep because I'm hoping to one day use it all. But I think I'm gonna put this here, make it personal, and then I asked myself, what do I mean by make it personal? And I started reading through some things that I wrote down about just art journaling in general. And I remembered that at some point in time, I wanted to use my journal to share some of the, I guess, prophetic words or just the things that I feel like God is ministering to me within a season. I was just like, okay, well, maybe it's time to start sharing that again in case it helps someone. One thing that I recently saw in prayer, you know how sheep are, during the winter, they grow a lot of wool. But I saw this sheep that was like fully covered in its wool. What was ministered to me when that image came to mind, or at least what I felt like God was trying to say is, this is the season to let me cut off all of the things from the previous season that need to go before you enter into the new one. That wool that you're carrying, all that fur, is inappropriate for the spring, for the new season that I'm bringing you into, and you have to let me get rid of it. To say this is a season to allow God to cut off all of the things from previous seasons that we've been carrying because we did need them, or maybe it was a form of protection or survival, but now it's sheep shearing time, and we need to allow God to cut off all that fur, because carrying it into the next season will be a burden. I'm trying to figure out if I should cover the message or just post it as is. I think I'm too tied to the graphic nature of this text and how well it is juxtaposed against the bright vibrancy of my background. And then I feel like I'm bringing in this drab brown. But I did just have an idea. I have all this sticky tape, washi tape that I never used. So I'm gonna bust out the pink. And instead of gluing this down, I'm gonna use this. And hopefully it sticks forever because I don't really know how strong the tape on the back of this is. I'm so glad I did this. Sometimes when you spend time away from something, you can begin to become intimidated about coming back. But this was a nice little exercise. And I hope you guys can see it. And while I will not make any promises about consistency, I do believe it's time to come back to this space in a more consistent way. This is a gift and a talent that God has given me, and I want to honor the gift that He's placed within me. I want to redo this because it's not even, but yeah, I feel like that's gonna bother me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little page. I know I did, and it was nice to be back in this space. I look forward to connecting with you guys on the next art journal page. Here's to allowing ourselves to be shared in this season so we can be carefree and happy and light for the next one. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.